Just got done buying a new elliptical machine, or going to pick it up. We bought it this week. I have to set it up down in the basement so I can begin my recapturing my fitness journey, which you guys will be a part of because I intend to use that thing for an hour, 6 days a week, and then add weightlifting and leg work and core work 3 days a week, and core work probably every day. So we'll do that. But anyway, you guys know the rules: no droids and bounty hunters, no Raylos, no Ray Nobodies, no Acolyte and High Republic timeline fans. That is going into the what if pile with the sequel trilogy, and we're all pleased. Anyway, so this is good. This is all, I'm very happy with, everything that's been going on so far. I do have a question. And I pose this to Doomcock. Let's see if he follows up on it. If the Acolyte is going into, or the High Republic is going into the what if timeline, wouldn't it be, stand to reason, because the Acolyte is part of that timeline, that would then be canceled? Is that why Leslie Forehead was out there banging the drums and talking about her production team, her development team, and all the rest of that shit? And another thing, something that Cameron said, that when you have someone new coming in, or a new regime, they tend to cancel a lot of stuff that the previous regime was doing. Hey, gingerbeard man, what's up? So, I look at a lot of these, even Lando. Okay. Now, here's a question that a subscriber of mine put up here and said, and let's go to StarWars.com and go, because Coach on Echo Base was talking about this, and it's very interesting how this is all happening right now, if you guys bear with me. We've got a lot of really good stuff. We got StarWars.com. No, I don't want to do that. Stop doing that to me. This is all very interesting. Star Wars. I use Bing. All right, let's try Luke Skywalker. Because they're talking about that special that's going to be in all right, well, I'll find this in a minute. They're making that behind the scenes documentary, or that closer look about how they pulled off bringing Luke back. And I just watched episode 16 again from Mandalorian, and I have to say, it was absolutely beautiful. I mean, it really, really is amazing. And when you watch it, you really realize what that whole episode kind of meant. I mean, the rescue. They rescued Grogu, but they needed to be rescued, and who shows up? I mean, hey, I'll say it again. I saw that X-Wing fighter go past the window, and I'm like, that's Luke. That's Skywalker. And I was right. I said it I think it was a year ago when the Mandalorian was finishing up in its first season. I said, the only character that can show up and make a huge impact with the only Jedi has got to be Luke. And gee, I was right. It's like I don't know, John Favreau read my mind. Anyway, luggages. So they're gonna do this show, and it looks like it's the first leg of the apology tour. I know there are naysayers out there, and I will probably get a downvote or two. They're probably people that from a big channel or whatever who don't want anything good to happen. You know, just walk around with Joker face paint on like Heath Ledger. I think it's right. This is an apology tour. The way they write about Luke in this, you know, is just, I mean, I don't want to see that. Where is it? All right. All right, here we go. Okay, so this isn't, this is Digital Spy. Maybe we'll actually get into the, keep going. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Okay, I want to read that part. Because basically it's StarWars.com saying that Luke Skywalker is one of the most important film characters of all time. That's a big deal. That is a big admittance. Okay. Because that is completely opposite what Kennedy's people have said about him. You know, you have Jennifer Heddle calling him a fucking moron. You know, others saying really shitty things inside Lucasfilm about, hi, how you doing, Adam? You know, others within the regime saying shitty things about Luke and Han and whatever. And of course the shills attacking the white man. And of course, you know, Mark Hamill being Mark Hamill isn't going to jump up and defend himself. I do really believe the rumor, though, that Kennedy called him up when he was bashing TLJ and ripping it to people unapologetically, when she called him up and screamed at him, and then he turned around and talked and told Chapek to make her knock it off. You know, so I believe that happened. I do. I believe she did call him up and yell at him, because he was unapologetically angry about. And Mark, unlike Harrison, emotes. If you follow him on Twitter or Instagram, you will actually hear him say a lot of shit you don't want to hear. Okay. Oh, I just think they're going to crap on him more, Matt Piranha. What? No, it's not fan service. No. They're doing this to save the fucking franchise. They have to. You don't spend $4.3 billion on something and then invest, another $3 or $4 billion, and then not have it make any money. And then, you realize how important the character is suddenly when, all right, here's the deal. These movie executives, when Lucasfilm came to Disney, had no idea. Hey, Mexican Iron Man, they had no idea what they were getting. All right. So they allowed Kennedy and friends, if not in the movies, then in the novels and in comic books and in that Galaxy of Heroes thing, to shit all over everything Lucas wrote, Han and Luke, because they were white men, la la la. Turn Lando into a pansexual token. And they allowed it to happen. All right. Now they realize, after the COVID year and everything, that the money was drying up and is gone a lot quicker than it would have been. And I'm going to say this: you could have predicted eventually they would have to resurrect and rehab Luke and Han and Leia because no one wants us to watch their woke crap. Okay, this is why they called Luke one of the most important on StarWars.com, one of the most important film characters of all time. It's true. This is true. Okay, this is not something that you just make up. This is something that they had to admit. They realize how wrong they were. Now you've got, if you look at my thumbnail, you've got Matt Martin bragging the first Star Wars novel he ever read was Heir to the Empire. You've got Doomcock basically intimating that Heir to the Empire and that trilogy are going to be the basis for what's coming next. Do I think it's true? Yeah, of course I think it's true. Why not? All right. And I also really believe that if they're putting the High Republic into the what if section of canon or timeline, which it's not canon anymore, and basically completely erasing it, that the Acolyte will be canceled. And I also think that Rogue Squadron, as we know it, will probably either get a new director or it will be canceled. Because here's the deal: Disney's watching us. Our reactions to Patty Jenkins and her wide ass have not been kind. Okay? I want to go to a movie about Rogue Squadron. I don't care if it's animated. I don't care if it's live action. I don't care if they have to, deep fake Mark Hamill as a young kid. And we get to see, Han show up and in and out and here and there and Leia. Because you're going to have them if you're going to have Rogue Squadron. Unless they do after Return of the Jedi, later, and then, you have Jaina Solo. Okay. She would be the heir apparent to run Rogue Squadron. All right. I don't want to see Patty Jenkins' ideas. I mean, I don't want to see them because she, all right, fucked up 1984, Wonder Woman 1984. She's very much into wham and power, and it's just, I can't do it. I really, really can't. So I think that a lot of this stuff that we're seeing now is happening. That article that was on StarWars.com about Skywalker and the show that's coming up is the first. We're sorry. And if they're going to do a TV show about Luke, then we'll probably get one about Han. Probably. It's very interesting. I was talking to Mazarus about, he was on Sci-Fi for You or Me last night on the Rancor Pit with Jason and the gang, and they were talking about Star Wars, and he brought up stuff I've been saying about everything, and Solo, and basically Jason said Aaron Reich was totally miscast, which is I think a unanimous verdict. I really, really do, at least among fans who love Star Wars. That they should have done it. They should have followed Anne Crispin's novels, and they should have wedged it between the rise of the Empire and when Han runs into Luke and Obi-Wan. Okay, which makes sense. I do believe, because I've been seeing indications, that we are going to get a live-action Han Solo. And no, it's not awful Aaron Yuck. I just looked at his IMDb action. So, with who? Oh my God, it's that Oh my God, it's just awful. It's really just awful. I mean, it's just the woman writing it, or she came walking out of the Rise of Skywalker, gushing about that kiss. It was so great, and when you guys see it, all right. Let me see. Cocaine Bear. It's in pre-production right now. Director Elizabeth Banks. Yes, and he belongs with her. And it's going to start. The writer's a guy named Jimmy Warden. Kerry Russell's attached to it. Ray Liotta. You know, I love Ray Liotta, but I'm not gonna. I mean, I fucking hate Elizabeth Banks. She's a moron. Okay, that's that's an honest assessment. She's a fucking moron. But yeah, so he's got that going, and we got, you know, the mystery actor. He's a little more lively on Twitter now. We don't know if he's still in England or not, but he's not saying anything about what he's been doing. He was, I think, saying it was voiceover work, but I don't think it is. I mean, it just, his behavior has been very strange, coinciding with Bob Chapek's Freudian slip when he was talking. I think it was Merrill Lynch. He was talking to Merrill Lynch and basically saying, use, instead of saying Boba Fett, he said Han Solo. You know, and I really honestly think that they're going to have a live action, and it's not going to be Ehrenreich. Okay, it's not. I can't. You know, not saying it won't be, but I don't think it will be. I just got a spidey sense of this, and I've been reading the tea leaves. Okay, what else? So that's going on, but now we'll go into. We talked about Luke. He will probably get a TV show. Talked about Han. Hopefully he'll get a TV show because they basically my husband just walked in. They basically put Solo along with the sequel trilogy and the High Republic into the what if section. So we just gotta wait and see. So they want to retcon and fix everything. Now, let's talk about what the rumor that Doomy talked about today. Obi-Wan, it sounds like it's going to be great. Hey, Sex Geek Time, how you doing? Obi-Wan sounds like it's going to be pretty good. Honestly, I think they're really respecting the character, and just from what I've seen, and it looks like to me like Indira Varma is actually playing an Imperial officer. Those Imperials are awful diverse, aren't they? I thought they were all creepy white men. I love that. I love it. I think it's awesome. I've seen pictures of her in an Imperial uniform, but Hayden Christensen's coming back as Vader. People were freaked out. He can't fight Obi-Wan before A New Hope, blah, blah, blah. And they were right. That I was like, you can't fucking be, no. If you bring him back, it's got to be in a vision. And that was the first thing I thought of after going, no. And I think that's what they're going to do. Vader haunts Obi-Wan every night. So we get to see them fight over and over and over again. Obi-Wan, and I thought they were going to do this because this is stuff that we talked about before, and I think it was already a rumor that Obi-Wan really has kind of a PTSD thing going on with the guilt because he's carrying all of the deaths of all those Jedi and the fall of Anakin on his shoulders. And, So it's going to be very interesting, and I can't wait to see Hayden. Hopefully, we'll get to see him, you know, not in costume. It was pretty good, huh? All right, all right, Planet Musk. So hopefully we'll get to see him like looking like Vader before Vader got hurt. That's what I want to see, because I gotta tell you something. You see some of the artwork the fans have done, and they get that sinister dark side look so well in his eyes, and it's something that I think that look would haunt Obi-Wan for the rest of his life. And then when Obi-Wan realizes what's happened, you could have him be aware that uh, Anakin didn't die. Of course, he would know that, he would be able to feel it, but Anakin is hunting Jedi now, whatever's left. And he is there's almost literally there's nothing recognizable in him. I mean, it's really interesting as I liked Star Wars Theory's fan film. I thought he did a really good job. It wasn't perfect. Having two Sith Lords screaming at each other, I was like, come on. But the way he showed Vader with no legs being being hoisted out of the Bacta tank is very really meaningful, because that's what was left. You've got a torso, you've got one arm, a head, a butt, and I mean barely anything below that. Okay, that's it. No legs at all. And if you think about it, Obi-Wan actually did the right thing when he went after and took Anakin apart. He didn't kill him, but he took him apart in a way that he would lose midichlorians, because the Force expresses itself through those midichlorians in the human body, and they use them. Okay, Planet Musk. So Anakin loses part of that. He's not going to be as powerful as he was. Think about Anakin not being wounded. Think about Vader showing back up with not having to have a suit. Think about that. Think about how powerful he could have been. The Emperor could not have controlled him. And that would have been, I think, doom for everybody. Because Anakin is, I've talked about what the Force is. And the balance of the Force is the light side. So when you're watching TLJ and Rey says to Luke, the balance. No, she doesn't see the balance. There isn't. When you're watching, in fact, let's go back to Clone Wars. When you're watching the Mortis arc, and when you watch when the daughter is accidentally murdered by her brother, she's the light side of the Force. She obeys her father, but she also is altruistic and impulsive. So when she goes to get the dagger of Mortis, so Obi-Wan can finish the son off, she has disobeyed her father. Not supposed to get involved. She got involved. And she jumps in front of her father and saves him, but gets herself killed. Son freaks out, rises up, and turns into that dragon. The balance is gone completely in that moment. And it basically says that if the dark side runs rampant, you will have chaos. You will have just horrible things going on. Horrible things. If the light side prevails and there is no darkness, that is balance. Okay, that is balance. And even the daughter's actions of going to get, showing Obi-Wan the altar of the dagger was her doing the right thing. She got involved, but ultimately she thought she was doing the right thing, and that's the thing about the light side. There was no darkness about it. Okay. Her brother is all consumed by it. Now he would have been anyway because he was already dark side. But anyway, it's very interesting to me. And when Anakin finally reemerges from Vader, the balance is restored. He fulfills what he was supposed to do, is destroy the Sith. Okay? And to bring balance to the Force by destroying the Sith, by removing the chaos. Because, if you go back into history and what the Egyptians thought of evil, even what the Norsemen, my ancestors, the Norwegian Vikings, thought of evil. They thought it was chaos. Loki doesn't represent evil necessarily. He represents chaos, trickery. His bad tidings are because he's a mischief maker. Okay. The Egyptians looked at evil, that what we would call evil, as chaos. It is disorder. Okay. That's what the dark side is. And when you look at what's going on with the galaxy after Order 66, it is chaotic. You've got, gangs, criminal gangs like Jabba and the Black Sun running rampant. You've got corruption at the very highest levels. It's just very, it's very apparent. And when Anakin just comes back, like literally just is back in Return of the Jedi, picks up the Emperor and throws him over into the reactor, that's when order starts to be restored again. Okay. That is the thing. And it's going to be very interesting how they approach everything that's coming up now, whatever, but I want to talk a little bit more about that, because if Obi-Wan is suffering from PTSD and every night Vader shows up and they fight, it's Obi-Wan wrestling with his guilt. Okay. He's wrestling with his guilt. And this is going to be very introspective. So this is going to be, I think, dark. I think very introspective, and I think really, really good. And I'm thinking about this. I'm thinking about Andor. And I'm thinking about that and Obi-Wan. And it looks to me like Dave Filoni is casting a wide net over all of this. And I've seen people attacking Filoni, and it's like, shut up. But again, they're EU purists. I understand it. But even if they were following the EU perfectly, they couldn't do everything that he wanted. Okay. They're like the people who read the novel, go to the movie, and get pissed off. Because it's all different. It's like, that book was that thick. You can't adapt a book that thick to a 2-hour movie. I'm sorry, you just can't. But anyway, I want to talk a little bit about that. And, it's been beyond the Luke documentary that's going to be on Disney streaming. It's been really quiet, you guys. I don't, we've got Matt Martin basically, you know, trying to put himself with the EU people now, acting like he liked it. And it's really funny. Nothing, I mean, I'm sure you can't convince him that, you can't convince him that, that he's wrong about any of this. And, Pablo, okay, he retweeted 10 hours ago the news that Antonio Banderas was joining the Indiana Jones movie. Oh, Charles Soule did the bounty hunters thing. Okay, I think someone was trolling him. Um, he, this is funny. I want to show you guys. I don't know who this was. I liked it. Here. I want to know who said that. I really, really do. Because I agree with them completely. But, let's go down. So they're bragging more about a book no one will read. He's talking more about all the books he's collected, all of the droids, and pop-up books. Wow, look at all the EU books. Okay, so oh, shit. Anyway, it's just interesting. I mean, I don't know what to think about this guy. I really, really don't. They all have their um, uh, BLM creds in their bios. It's just, but you can tell a change has come, just by their attitude. But he's still retweeting garbage. Uh, he still is retweeting garbage. It's too bad. I think I'm gonna send a couple of friends on Twitter that see if they can kick the hornet's nest again. But when he finds out someone may be onto him, he doesn't talk. He won't block you, but he also won't talk to you. Interesting. Very interesting. Anyway, how long have I been on? 33 minutes. So we've got this, and I'm gonna go over chapter 1 of the thing I wrote called Fate of the Alliance, and I'll have it up so you guys can go to the community page here and read it. You're going to like it, I think. Again, it's a kind of an interesting little conversation between Han and Mon Mothma about who he really is and what he's really doing with the Rebel Alliance. And the next chapter is Luke. He's just hanging out, doing stuff, and then after that, we have another argument with Leia and Han as they're leaving, and then we'll get more into it. I'm not really going into action in this. There will be action towards the end, but this is more. I look at Fate of the Alliance as being more of a character study. You're watching everybody. Everybody are still trying to find their places. Okay, that's kind of what I'm doing with this, but it's a lot. It's been a lot of fun, but I don't know what to think of all this. I really, really don't. I really, really don't. So that, I don't know. I don't really know. So anyway, I'm really actually looking at, oh, I want to show you this. So Pablo and his hate of the EU. Can we get fake? Can we get more fake? They know it's coming. Now, my opinion is this. If they haven't been fired yet, they will be. But they're no longer actively creating anything for Star Wars. Okay? They're no longer actively doing anything for it. You had one of his defenders basically change his Han Loves Leia at the Twitter account. Basically change the when you see the name, you see it, it's like Smuggler's Cantina and then at whatever, Han Loves Leia, we'll call it that. It was literally, I do not like Dave Filoni anymore. And I think, and somebody else also thinks, that that was one of his accounts. So he's trolling still, but he has been defanged big time. Now, I really wish someone within his inner circle would get his tweets that are hidden out there for us to read. Because I have a feeling we know a hell of a lot more about what's going on inside of Lucasfilm than we do, because I have a feeling, I remember something was going on and one of his little friends tweeted sadly, Pablo Hidalgo doesn't deserve this. It was back in 2018. I assume we'd see stuff like that. It'd be nice to at least look at his friends list. Then you could actually see who's talking, see what they're responding to. If you can't really read his tweets, you can see what they respond. Okay? It's just very, I really wish we could do that. But anyway, I've been on here now, what time is it? 33. I've been on here for almost 40 minutes. I think I'm gonna rock because there's really nothing going on. And I gotta take the dog out. I gotta go see the horse later this evening. It's really hot out here. Gotta worry about dinner and stuff like that. But anyway, it's Friday. Like I say, weird shit happens on Friday. And it's been really, really quiet. But let's talk about Indiana Jones. So, because I have some theories before I go. Antonio Banderas is a great actor. I'm not going anywhere yet, Matt Piranha, because I did want to talk about Indy for a few minutes. Antonio Banderas was announced to be in the cast of Indy 5. He wasn't just signed. He's probably been part of the cast for months. Okay, so people are like, oh, they're doing this. They needed him to come in because Ford is hurt. No, he's been part. Okay, my theory because he's Spanish, that it has, the movie's going to have an Argentina connection, if you know what I mean. You know, I think about history and you know where a lot of really bad people fled South America. All right. So, do I think that it's going to be? Yeah, I do think that he's going to be some Argentinian dude. Somebody said he's going to play bad guy, and he's not playing the bad guy. Mads Mikkelsen is. In fact, I have a. If Tom is right that Indy made a mistake and something happened, and the let's put it this way, karma comes calling. I have a feeling Toby Jones is playing a British colleague. I have a feeling it has something to do with him. I believe strongly that Waller-Bridge is playing Toby Jones's daughter, and I don't really think that she's going to be in it that much. I mean, she might be. She might be the one that comes and asks, "Can you help me? You knew my father. Can you help me?" And I think Mads Mikkelsen, he's either playing a bad guy or he's he's playing somebody or something. He's got something to do with something. And I really honestly think that Thomas Kretschmann is probably playing the uber villain. I don't know why. Or he's playing a KGB agent. Okay. I really think that. And then there's that young man, Holbrook. And I'm wondering if he's gonna play a student. But honestly, I mean, they haven't said Mutt wasn't gonna be in it. But they haven't brought Shia LaBeouf in, and that kid could very well be playing Mutt. I mean, I don't know. I think Karen Allen is probably going to be in it. I think the worst part of Crystal Skull, and on its face, I like the movie, but the worst part of it was Shia LaBeouf and Karen Allen. You know, yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be it just, you know, and they're kind of filming around. They're filming what they can. They got a look-alike for Harrison Ford, and it's interesting. I've seen some of the background or some of the pictures that paparazzi have been taking, and they're recreating the Apollo astronauts a ticker tape parade through Manhattan, and Indy is there, riding on a horse, and you see you see somebody on a motorbike, but when I'm looking at the guy in the motorbike, it looks like Harrison Ford. I mean, it's got that hair coming off his head. It doesn't look like Mutt. And some idiot goes, "Oh, it's Mutt." It's like, that's not Mutt. Look at the hairline. That's not Shia LaBeouf. No one wants him back. I mean, I can't imagine Harrison Ford going, "Yeah, bring him back," after all the crap he started, after everything that kid said, you know. But yeah, I think there's going to be an Argentina escaped Nazi, or maybe German Nazi scientist gone rogue element to this. I don't know, but it looks interesting, and they're really pulling out all the stops. I mean, I'm looking at that, what they've got just for the props. Y'all in Britain have a lot of really nice cars from back then. Oh my God. I mean, I couldn't believe how many like old school 1960s vintage vehicles were in this. And you know, the only thing I could say is when you're looking at the flag banners, they got 48 star flags, and I'm like, No, 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 fix that. Because we had 50 stars after the after Hawaii and Alaska I got their statehood in the 50s. So, but that's something somebody like me would notice. But it looks good to me. It really, really does. Anyway, so yeah, Antonio Banderas. I think this should be pretty interesting. I mean, he might be playing a bad guy. He might be playing part of the "Don't Cry for Me" Argentina crowd. One of Perón's fascists. I don't know, but it's gonna be very interesting to see what happens next with this. And I gotta say, I'm looking forward to it. I can't kind of wait. I kind of can't wait. So yeah, all right. We talked about Doomcock's stuff about Obi-Wan. I brought up the fact that if the High Republic is being relegated to the what if section, why is why wouldn't the High Republic be, or High Republic, why wouldn't the Acolyte be canceled? I'm also looking to see Rogue Squadron either being put up on the shelf until they find it, because I don't think Patty Jenkins is the director. Now, she could play the "I'm a woman" card and you can't fire me thing. I don't know if that would work anymore. I really, really don't. I'm starting to see the wokeness, and at least in some places, hot leave. It's like you get a rash, and where it started, it starts to go, but it's getting worse in other places before it disappears. It's kind of like that. I mean, But anyway, I'm gonna rock now for sure. Okay, so if you're on Twitter, please troll Matt Martin for me at Missing Words. Please troll Pablo for me. I would appreciate it. Kick the hornet's nest. All right. See if we can actually get some legit news from these two clowns. Steph, yeah, stir the shitstorm. I hope you just didn't jump in, Maze, because I'm about done. Oh shit. Okay. Well, go back and watch it. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. See you around the galaxy, and things are looking up, guys. They really, really are. Talk to y'all later.